Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Fairy Dust TV. I'm your host, Jen Merton, romantic fairy godmama to smart, successful single women around the world. Today's topic: how to tell if a guy likes you. Now, honestly, today's topic is really easy, and I could, if I wanted to, give you a laundry list of things that could possibly indicate a guy's interest in you. But I'm not going to do that because it's not worth your time and your effort. And I value your time and your romantic effort. So instead, I want to do this topic a little bit differently and give you a shortcut, so to speak, to understanding whether or not a guy likes you. Number one, I want you to do what I do, which is assume that all men like you. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Jen, why in the hell would I do that? And what does that do anyways? Well, specifically, what it does is it changes your perception towards men, and then you stop worrying about whether or not he does like you, because that worry can create all kinds of stress. And here at HaveHimYourWay.com, we are about you becoming an adored woman. And an adored woman is one who assumes that all men like her. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to have interactions with all men. It also doesn't make you arrogant. It doesn't mean that you have to go around telling all men, "Oh, I know you like me. Ooh, yeah, you definitely like me. Yeah, I know you like me. I can just see it." That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is changing your perception and making the assumption that men do like you so that you can relax in this wonderful thing that we call dating and start to enjoy it more instead of, again, worrying your gorgeous head over whether or not this guy has any interest in you. Just assume he does, because then you can up your adored woman game and start flirting, having more fun, just enjoying his company, which is highly, highly seductive versus the energy of, "Oh, I want to know whether or not he likes me. What do I do? What do I do? What does this mean? What does that mean? Did he look at me while he did 360 circles around the parking lot? That must mean he likes me." Don't drive yourself crazy. Just go ahead and assume he does. It is a no harm, no foul situation that he doesn't even have to know that you think that he likes you. Nobody has to know. This isn't something you have to tell everyone about. It's just a perception that you are taking on and you are enjoying. Of course he likes me. Okay, which brings me to number two. If there was one thing out of that laundry list of things that might indicate that a guy likes you, this is really important. The one thing would be is if he is trying to figure out ways to spend more time with you, communicate more with you, or connect with you, there is a very strong possibility that this man likes you, okay? It's not 100% slam dunk, but I'd say it's a good 90 to 95% opportunity that he does have interest in you. So here's where things get a little bit convoluted and confusing in today's dating landscape. As much as we communicate now these days, we are communicating in very wishy-washy, no good ways. It's no good for your love life at all. So I want you to be the woman who foregoes all the wishy-washiness. And if a man asks you to hang out, be willing to ask him, this is number three, by the way, "Are you asking me out on a date?" "Oh, but Jen, I could never do that." Oh, yes, you can, and yes, you should. We're going to cut out all the wishy-washiness of the trying to figure out whether or not a guy likes you because he asked you to go hang out somewhere and asked you to do this, but he didn't call it a date. We're going to cut through all of that, and we're going to determine whether or not he has any romantic intentions with you. That way, you are clear from the get-go what his intentions are. If he says no, you're not going to lose it. It's not a big deal. You know at some point he's going to fall for you anyways, so no biggie. It's okay that he doesn't think that it's a date quite yet. Plus, you get to, based on what he says, you get to make the decision at that point whether or not you want to go out with him and just hang out as friends or not. And if you don't, you don't have to. It's really, really a win-win situation. But the bonus is what if he does call it a date? Then you don't spend hangout after hangout trying to determine whether this guy is interested in getting to know you romantically or not. So you don't have to just assume because he puts his lips on you whether or not it's going to be a booty call at some point. No, you are setting it up, cutting through all the wishy-washiness, setting him up to date you versus just hang out with you and maybe get his hands down your pants. Okay? You see the difference? Very, very important. We adored women. We take things on our terms. We don't have to play by the new dating landscape, which frankly sucks. So I want you to forego all the wishy-washiness and be willing to be brave. You can do this. It's not going to kill you. Even if he says, no, it's not a date. You're not going to die. I promise you. But be willing to ask him, are you asking me out on a date? Okay? So lover girl, let's quickly wrap up and review today's topic. How to tell if a guy likes you. Forgo the laundry list. We don't give a shit about the laundry list of different things that might indicate whether a guy likes you or not. I want you to assume, number one, assume that all men like you. Remember, you're an adored woman. It's very likely he does anyways. Okay? Number two, there's a good chance if he's trying to figure out ways to spend more time with you, to communicate with you constantly and connect with you, there's a very good chance he does like you. So that's your one indication I'll give you. It's remember 90 to 95% chance. But number three, when he does ask to spend time with you, be willing to ask him if he's asking you out on a date. Got that, lover girl? I will see you next time, and here's to you having him your way.